When I lived out in the country, I was confident that we would be fine with lakes and streams and woods all around us. I figured we would be okay. Lots of space around us on a hill, shotgun in the doorway. I was confident we would be fine.
Right.
Wood burning stove, plenty of trees. We'd have to hike up a little ways to find them, but where we are now, that's scary. Urban survival, that's scary.
Indeed.
But we were without power a couple times when we lived in the country, and it was totally fine.
Yeah. But anyhow, the movie, I mean, the basis of this is...
So did that make you feel uneasy right away, like living just out?
No, because you know what? I was like totally immersed in the movie. I wasn't even thinking about here. I wasn't even likening their situation to ours.
But just them living... Okay, well, you started by saying us being without lights for 12 hours was inconvenient and sucked and all that.
Yeah.
So how does that relate to them living their whole life? Did that add to the...
Oh, yeah, I mean, that added to to it for me also, because like I said, I was immersed in it, so I was worried... Sounds silly. I was worried it's about suspension of disbelief, right?
Right.
So I was worried about them for oh my gosh, that would suck having to go out and get food or make food or... Yeah. I'd totally be a vegetarian if it came to, killing things and having to
I was going to say you'd have to be out there doing it.
Exactly.
I'm the one that comes from the hunting stock.
So, luckily we're just not in there, and that's, I guess my point is, I appreciate that.
So, and that was the least of their problems.
That was really the least of their problems and stuff. It was the paranoia, it was everything else that went with it.
And I guess we can go ahead and say, and it's not a spoiler, we went into this, I knew that people were disappointed, so I wasn't expecting a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
I knew it was a relationship talking movie, so I was, as far as, I didn't know what was going on in the outside world, if there was, had aliens landed, or zombies walking through the woods?
Right.
Are there monsters? What's going, I had no idea. You find out immediately. So... do you feel like it's a spoiler just saying that it's a virus?
I don't think so.
Okay, because that would have been fine. I would have been fine knowing that.
Because you get into
you
this.
You find out immediately. I thought, we're going to get into it, and they're probably never going to say what it even was. I didn't think they were even going to say what it was.
Right, and so we never. That's not even the point of the movie, I think. That's
exactly right.
That's why we're bringing it up. That's what we're talking about.
You find out right out of the gate somebody is sick. They have, this virus, and it's highly contagious. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Well, that's enough.
That's plenty. Plenty.
So, it's not a virus that...
it's not quite Last of Us virus where cordyceps are taking over the body and stuff like that, but it's intense enough and has some side effects, and I think there is more to explore.
It ultimately it kills you. So basically, if you catch it, you're going to be dead. So that's the whole fear of the whole thing.
Yeah.
So keeping your loved ones safe and virus-free and
how do you do that, and what links will you go to?
Yeah, and your loved ones, if they do catch it.
What do you do then?
What? Yeah.
That's a little bit like Maggie. That's a little bit like with Schwarzenegger.
We've seen quite a few movies like that now. It's actually a good... I used to not be a big fan of the infection movies, but some of them have actually been really good.
Okay. Well,
because they're realistic. Like, what if?
Yeah.
And you can learn from them what to do and what not to do.
Exactly.
Don't invite strangers into your home.
That is a tough one. That is a tough one because in certain situations you've got a better survival rate with numbers.
Right.
You need somebody else to be the red shirt, so you're not.
Yeah, I don't think there's an easy answer, and that's what makes the movie interesting.
And that's what builds the tension. So,
because are these people dangerous? Maybe. Are they totally being honest and they're nice and they could be helpful?
Well,
maybe, probably, maybe. You just don't know. And can people change? Yes.
Yeah. And what does it take to make them change? Anyhow, these are all things that are explored in this movie. We could go on yammering about it forever, and either you like it or you won't. I'm going to say So my question is, what's your number for it, and is it a recommend? Is it a recommend?
If you're aware of what it is, yeah, I would totally recommend it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some horror lovers in my life that I would not recommend it to because they'd be bored to tears.
Right. What's your number on it?
Probably, I mean, it's a strong 4.
Okay.
Definitely
I'm willing to go
4.
with 5, but definitely
Really?
say, yeah, I really...
So it's perfection to you.
For me, for what it was, going into it not knowing and how I felt, maybe I was in a fragile state because of my work situation.
I was going to say you'd had a bad day and you were just really feeling
and so
these
that
people's...
really ratcheted it up my nerves even more.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think there's anything that I would change in this one. And I maybe, but a very selective recommend.
Yes.
You know what I mean? This isn't for everybody.
Right.
I think if we're going to talk horror and stuff, the next podcast we do is Castle Freak, and I think that's got everything else for the horror. We'll get to that next.
More classic horror.
We'll get to that next episode. Anyhow, so yeah. Anything else to add to that? That's any final thoughts before we move on and do our garbage in, garbage out.
I guess not just that the movie was from the son's point of view. Mm-hmm. We've got a mom and a dad and a 17-year-old son. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the story focuses on the son and his dad, kind of their relationship.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you have to be in the mood for that.
You have to watch it and take it in, because there were a lot of... I'm going to arguably say it was one that was fun to play along with, though we don't get any answers. We've already told you you're not going to get answers,
right.
But it's up to you to make up your answers as you watch it.
Yeah.
What is important to you? What things do you pick out about the dynamic of the relationships?
It's kind of like a journey. It's not a...
Yeah, it's not your destination.
Right.
Story-wise, it was intense. Characters, I thought everybody... There's nothing that I would... The acting was great. The special effects, the music, I think everything.
Yeah, I was going to ask you what you thought about all the technical type stuff.
All the technical stuff. Like, that's... To me, I think it was... For me, it was a 5.
Yeah. I liked the house. I liked the setting.
The setting where it went, sure.
I didn't quite... I couldn't understand what this house was they were living in.
Well, because it looked like a converted barn or whatever. But
yeah,
but you see places like that, at least back when I grew up and stuff, there were places like that people...
And it almost looked like there were smaller buildings around it, or a smaller building next door. It made me think of like a lodge, or like with cabins around it, or... I was curious, like, was this always these people's house? Did they move into it later?
Right.
I mean, you could tell they were country people, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, they were very knowledgeable.
They seemed handy with everything they were doing.
They knew how to chop wood and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, all of that was really interesting.
And I think that's the things you'd pick up on multiple viewings.
Yeah. Yeah, so for that reason, it might be all right to watch it again.
Yeah, no time soon.
Right. When we forget a little bit about it and revisit it. So, okay, now just really quick, though, one last thing.
Uh-huh.
What exactly is it that comes at night?
Whatever it is. That's it.
Pennywise?
The paranoia, the fear, the virus, it's up to you to make up your mind. I want to hear what other people think about what it is, because...
I wrote noises, conversation, doubt, fear, paranoia, lust, insomnia.
Okay.
Bad dreams.
Okay. Those are all things that come at night for sure.
In this movie they did.
Yeah.
And one other little snippet of a review we saw, I didn't pick up on this, but...
I'll include that. I know which video you're talking about. I'll include that in the show notes.
We didn't watch the whole thing, but I guess the virus makes you sleepwalk and move around, and that's how the virus spreads. So the virus comes at night?
I don't know. It's up to people to watch and see.
So that was... Yeah. I didn't catch that.
I think somebody else is reading more into it than...
Maybe.
But maybe not. I don't know. We'll have to check it out and see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully that wasn't a spoiler for anybody, but... I think you've got to see it, make your mind up.
And again, it's the journey.
Yeah.
It's even if we even if we said how it ended, it's like I don't think there's any surprises.
No, nothing's gonna prepare you for that.
It's all about the journey in this one.
All right.
Yeah.
So garbage in, garbage out. It's probably lame to say that we watched Halloween 8 times.
That's okay. I'm playing Pikmin again. We're so boring and predictable.
I meant that we literally watched it like 8 times over that weekend because it was Halloween weekend.
It was great. It was on all day long.
It's like when Christmas Story or Thanksgiving when Christmas Story comes on. You can catch it for 24 hours straight. Well, I think, was it TNT or AMC or whoever we were watching did it for...
It was AMC, I think.
AMC was running all the Halloween movies, and it seems like we started it.
Yeah, they broke from them just to do that week's Walking Dead, I think.
I think so, yeah.
But yeah, that was kind of fun. They showed all of them but 2.
Yeah.
3. They didn't show Halloween 2 or 3.
Right.
And they didn't show Halloween 8.
Right.
But they showed all the other ones, plus Rob Zombie's second one, but I didn't see the first one. So, and they kept kind of repeating. It was sort of random, but those were the ones that I did not see.
Okay.
We saw all the other ones at least twice. And Halloween, the original, my favorite.
We saw multiple.
They were playing that like every other time they were playing that one.
Yeah.
It never gets old.
We're boring because, I mean, we're still doing Sons of Anarchy. That's the problem with doing a long series like this.
Yeah.
We finished season 4. We're on to season 5 now.
Yeah.
I'm going to say still my favorite was the second season.
Okay.
Yeah, of the seasons I've seen so far. And I don't think anything else is going to peak for it until after that. I'm not a people person. I mean, I like people and stuff, but being in just the dynamic of Sons of Anarchy, being a part of a group.
Right.
The drama that happens and stuff.
Yeah.
While there's new situations, it still cycles around being in a club or being in a group.
Well, they're family. I mean, they're like family, and I get you there too.
But what I'm saying is,
you and I are both kind of solitary animals, but
being a part of an organization where you are expected to do something, no questions asked.
Right. Sir, yes, sir.
For me, any situation like that is bad, whether it be religious, military, or just a cult or a motorcycle club cult. Something else we're watching and stuff still. Anyhow, moving along, we did the first season, at least the first season of Friday the 13th.
Right, the TV series.
Right, the TV series.
We're going to have to buy it on Amazon.
Well, I'm glad to hear you say that because I remember how bad those first few episodes were.
Oh, they're still that bad.
Okay.
But I miss them.
Were there some good ones in there for you at least? Anything that improved, or did you just get used to the character? Nothing?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just a fun, quirky ride, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, the characters kind of grow on you. Yeah, I kind of miss them, and I'm wondering what they're up to.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to hear. Well, I think there's a box set where we can get all 3.
Yes.
All 3 seasons or whatever.
There is.
So we'll it's got paid. Maybe we'll have to look into that.
I was going to say, I have a gift certificate for Amazon.
Oh, sweet. Well, maybe we need to look into that after this.
Yeah.
At any rate.
Uh-oh.
I've got some mail. You got mail. That's all we need. All of our antiquated equipment. You'd think we were still on.
Do people still use AOL?
They do every now and then.
That's so
older
funny.
Customer will come in and they'll give us an AOL email address. It maybe isn't AOL the way it used to be or whatever, but they will indeed give us an AOL.
I was so late on the internet and computer train that AOL was already out.
Already gone by the time you...
My very first email was a Yahoo, and I still have the same one.
Yeah. All right.
Yep.
Crawling Chaos.
What do you have for us this week?
You're going to love it, but you're going to have to sit down and watch it. Like I said, it comes to me from Philip, from Dark Discussions